And they said, well, we think that we're going to be able to convince her. And I said, no, she has tens of millions, hundreds of millions of reasons not to listen to you. And they said, well, we have millions of reasons as well. So what they think they're going to do, Alex, is they think they're going to go out and have demonstrations and protests, and that's going to bend Hillary Clinton to their will.
Yeah, because that stopped her stealing the nomination. She's going to go for broke, bringing us into the world government.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, I think it's interesting, Alex, to see how the media is taking the mask off. You know, we had this morning, Joe Biden went on Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough, former GOP congressman. They gave Joe Biden a 30-second standing ovation. Can you imagine that on a television show? 30 seconds, and the journalists are giving them a standing ovation.
Even state-run media in China acts like they're not state-run and doesn't do that crap.
Exactly. But I see that, Alex, as a positive sign. You know, we reported about this in the bleachers on the first night as they were handing out all the different posters for each individual speaker to the press seating area, and the press was eagerly gobbling this up and waving their signs and cheering as the individual speakers came up. And you look at it and it's like, okay, fine, the mask is off. If we lose this pretense of being completely neutral and objective, I think that's, in the long run, a positive thing. They can't maintain that.
I agree. This is a victory. Populism is rising. Even if they steal this, they're in deep trouble, so folks shouldn't get disheartened. But listen, Stone doesn't want to go too far and make people feel overconfident, but the truth is, internal polling across the board, and this isn't from Stone, this is from other folks, is showing big leads. He's 7, 8, 9, 10 points. It's getting wider. Florida is landsliding for him. Some think California's even in play because if 30, 40% of the Bernie people, go for Trump, it's game over. And so we need to target the Bernie people like never before and say, listen, you've been totally screwed. Don't be morons here.
They're calling you ridiculous. They're saying, okay, you're being ridiculous now, thinking you're going to turn this thing.
And they're confiscating their signs and beating them up.
Right, and they might not even be getting access now. From what I was looking at Twitter, that they took their credentials away, so maybe they're not even going to get back in there after the little protest stunt.
David, we're going to break, but I want to ask you this when we come back. In your gut, what do you think they're going to do? I mean, if Hillary stole, I want to ask you this too, Leanne, if Hillary stole the nomination in broad daylight, naked, I mean, this is like robbing, a bank in slow motion in front of everybody at the World's Fair. Okay, I mean, she's in front of God and everybody doing this. What's to keep her from everything else? So when we come back, we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about other shoes to drop. What other emails the Russians or whoever the fairy godmother is that are releasing these are going to do that. Leanne McAdoo, David Knight in studio with me. Your phone calls are coming up at 800-25-99231. It's part of Operation Sleeping Giant. We're now into hour number 2 of 28 hours of live global transmission that ends tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Spread that link, Infowars.com/giant.
Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo.
The era of economic surrender will finally be over.
We will no longer surrender this country or its people to the false song of globalism.
Third Blossom, I am a friend. You know that.
No, don't touch me again. Do not touch me again.
Oh,
you understand?
Sure, I'm friendly.
Do not touch me again.
Well, sure, I want
you do that. You do that, you're in trouble.
Any country that tries to be free, these globalists come in and they cause a bunch of division and they stir up a bunch of racism and they get everybody fighting with each other. But you know what? It ain't working. All this garbage has brought America together.
Listening to their grievances, I'm trying to figure out who they are, what they're with. Very hostile, very profane group. And just got cussed out for just wanting to ask them a simple question, what they're doing here.
I'm not retiring. I'm not going to go and sit and, as I say, up in the hills and smoke a pipe all day, no.
Are you worried that the globalists are going to try to hijack this Brexit?
They can try if they want to, but it won't work. Those people who made their minds up to vote for Brexit, despite all the threats that they were getting from the international community, the political... the US president even came to London to tell them what they should do. And they made their minds up. They struck out. They voted for freedom. That's what they voted for. If they don't get it, if they're betrayed, then you'll see even bigger political shocks than we saw with the Brexit result.
They don't rule us because they're strong. They rule us because they're scum. And because good people don't think like they do. Well, I'm here to tell you, I've studied the enemy and so have our guests, and we are here educating people about how our enemy operates. And they're going to find out who's strong, and they're beginning to find out who's strong right now.
The hate of Hillary That's right, absolutely. That's right. The communists want to kill funds. We're not putting up with it. We're not going along with it. We understand the violence of the left, the violence of the globalists. We are here absolutely exposing it. And we're not going to back off. And we're not going to stop. We are here to expose what's happening. We are here to
Nazi scum! Opposition! Nazi scum!
Well, it's getting a little chaotic. It's getting a little chaotic out here. So Rob Dew reporting for Infowars.com. It is getting chaotic.
I'm a black man. I come from Amityville, Long Island. I took the bus ride because let me tell everybody something. We have been hijacked. We've been hijacked. And I love Alex Jones. And I'm here for Donald J. Trump. It's not about color. It's about the powers that be who are separating us. Divide and conquer. That's what they always do. Hillary for prison. 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 Hillary for prison.
Welcome back to continued live coverage of the coronation of Queen Hillary. You can't believe I'm just here calmly talking about her openly stealing the nomination. They tried it with Donald Trump and it failed. That really tells you something about where the real insurrection is. It's in the Republican Party, as I've been saying for years. The Democrat Republicans have been caught on tape with the Clintons meeting, Obama meeting, with the Republicans saying we got to combine forces with the National Chamber of Commerce that helps ship our jobs overseas and the Republican establishment and the Democrats to block a populist insurrection in the Republican Party, the Tea Party. And I see footage that we were just airing during the break. A lot of our breaks are just actually information, not just ads, of our crew in Philadelphia. And I'm talking a large percentage of people are Hispanic and black and Asian, and they're just having a great time with all these evil white people talking about free market and freedom and absolutely articulating real issues. They've done everything they can to say the Tea Party's racist so that minorities don't feel like they have a place at the table. It's a total hoax, and I see the hoax under Trump collapsing. Because the truth is, he's always been inclusive. The guy 30 years ago got criticized by conservatives because he was inclusive of gays and was an advocate for people to have equal rights. The truth is, Trump's a great guy, and that's why they hate his guts. Leanne McAdoo, then back to David Knight.
Well, yeah, and I actually got in a fight with one of my friends just trying to explain how Trump was one of the first people that opened up his golf course decades ago and said, well, what the heck? Of course black people and minorities can join my private club. What do you mean? You know, but nobody wants to talk about that. You know,
the first golf courses he built, he did that, and it was just unheard of. I can't believe that even goes on.
No, it still goes on. There are still clubs that do not allow minorities to join. I mean, that's a fact.
Gambling's illegal at Bushwood.
So, well, I just want to, I don't know how long we want to get into this. But
well, we got more time in the next segment, so you need to finish up. Go ahead.
Everyone just needs to take a look at what's going on at the DNC and just acknowledge that like attracts like. So here you have the RNC. People were peacefully protesting. There wasn't a lot of chaos, mayhem. Like you said, there was people just actually having conversations. But then you go to the DNC and you have people outside, complete mayhem. And on the inside, they have a complete criminal lineup trying to convince everyone.
And then we had communists come after us and try to block us. But we did, and it was, and the only violence we did have was the young T's, the young jihadis coming after us as well.
Well, I mean, talk about the media kind of showing its true colors. I mean, they're set up in the YouTube studios on the YouTube set.
Sure. So answer my questions. We'll come back into the other issues. I want to get David's take on this. Going back to David, what do they do? A false flag? An assassination attempt? Steal the election? I mean, what are they going to pull? It's clear that Hillary is collapsing with the narrative that she's a criminal with the foundation and the emails and the new emails. And even Democrats are saying, oh, my God, she's super corrupt. I mean, I see her really collapsing right at her launch point.
Alex, the new R word is not racism, but Russian. They're trying to lay that on Donald Trump about these leaks. And, of course, the obvious thing is to distract from the content and say, well, who did this? You know, as we've seen that done all the time before with the NSA whistleblowers, with Ed Snowden. They don't want to talk about what was actually revealed about their criminal actions. Instead, they want to talk about who revealed it and make a criminal out of them. But, Alex, there's something that is far more dangerous and subtle about that. I think there is a subliminal message of propaganda pushing back against Donald Trump because, of course, his message has been America first. Either
having a Skype problem there. I'm guessing you're going to say the truth is he's really a Russian agent. The truth is he doesn't want to go, against foreign adversaries. No, the truth is the globalists are using us to take over countries when it hurts our interests and other interests. Globalism is bad. Go ahead.
Well, what they have seen here is that first night, and of course they started using the Russian narrative before that, but they continue to use.
Sure. So what's the subliminal?
Well, the subliminal is that they don't want people to see Donald Trump as being America first, as pro-American, as patriotic, because the Democrats, that's their issue, right? That's their weakness. People understand that they don't want to put the American flags on their stage. And that's what we saw the other day. So what they do is they fight against Trump by saying, oh, look, he's on Russia's side. They're helping him. Well, she helped Russia. She released our most secret documents to Russia in order to help herself because she had private secrets.
That's right. That's right. Thank God the Russians are releasing the carbon tax fraud. Thank God they're exposing the fact that this woman's a criminal and stole our election. But that's shameful. The Russians have to do our media's job. I mean, we don't need the emails to know they stole it. She stole it in front of God and the world.
Right. If they are doing that, she's the one that allowed it to be hacked into.
It pretty much is the Russians.
Well, whatever it is, Alex, Julian Assange, who's with WikiLeaks, said, in his opinion, Trump was unpredictable, but he said Hillary Clinton is totally predictable and problematic. He says she is against free speech. She wants to shut down everything in terms of free speech, and she is a war hawk.
She's a warmonger.
Of course, if you remember back at some of the other leaks that Wiki put out, Manning leaks showing the way the war was being conducted, other issues in terms of the invasion of Libya and Hillary Clinton's State Department policy there. He's been exposing this kind of stuff, and WikiLeaks has been exposing it for quite some time.
That's right. So they know she's bad. We'll be right back. We'll finish up with David Knight and Leanne. Then your calls. The full schedule's up on Infowars.com/giant, and we're doing giant sales throughout this. It is a marathon broadcast super sale fundraiser. You can make donations on the shopping cart and on the site and at the website, Infowars.com/giant, if you want to give straight to the movement. Or you can just go get amazing products, whether it's Super Male Vitality or Female Vitality or Brain Force. It's 40% off. It's $17.76. That's actually more than 40% off, but we just say 40 because it's like 40 and some change. It's a loss leader sale. Brain Force has hundreds of independent 5-star reviews. You really owe it to yourself to try it. The formula uses natural brain activation ingredients like L-theanine and alpha-GPC that you can feel. Some of the ingredients in Brain Force are prescription drugs in Europe. This is the real deal. Get Brain Force for $17.76, down from $29.95 at InfoWarsLife.com during the Operation Sleeping Giant Super Sale fundraiser before we sell out. And you can go read the 5-star reviews here. Awesome product by Val in Lima, Peru. It's my second day, but I can say I do feel its power. Yesterday when I took 2 capsules, I felt the effects within an hour. It's strong and very effective. Yeah, don't give Rob Dew 2 of them. That's all. He's a really sweet guy. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're exhausted, you tell you you're going to be awake, but it's we're not playing games here. Continuing, feeling tired and groggy, Patrick, in an undisclosed location, 5-star review says, Brain Force is a game changer. You can actually feel the herbs working to clear your mind and put some pep in your step. I feel like I have a new, young, and healthy brain again. Not sure what the active ingredient is in this product, but I love it. We can read the bottle. It's actually got compounds that are building blocks of the brain. It's got some great, clean herbs that are known to cleanly give you energy. It's got a little bit of green tea, too, that just helps supercharge the neurons. That's only an activator. You don't want to just activate neurons. You want to give the brain building blocks, is the way it's all described by Dr. Grip. All I know is, you know, even the nutraceutical Nazis, even the supplement Nazi sites love it. And they go, wow, there's similar formulas for like $80. And the industry says, Alex, everybody else marks it up